All right. Let's see. And there we go. I was waiting for the thing to say. How is everybody tonight? I hope everybody's doing well. I gotta tell, actually, I'll tell you, I don't know where we're at temperature wise here. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what we're looking at down here. The cold weather starts tomorrow, though. I know that for sure. Yeah, right now we're at 34, and we got some rain coming in. Then at like 4 in the morning, 4, 5, and 6, it's going to be snow. So that should be a nice combination, like some freezing rain and snow. Then tomorrow it gets really by noon tomorrow it's going to be 1. So and then by 6 tomorrow night it'll be 0. Awesome. So yeah, we got tomorrow's going to be a very cold day. Saturday's going to be also cold. And it's weird because then like after we get through the next 3 days, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday are all going to be cold. Uh, then we start warming back up again. By the 29th and the 30th, we're looking at 50s and almost 60. So my wood stove is struggling. My wood is too hard and slow burning. Oh, that's no fun. How am I feeling, Sharon? I'm just really. It's weird because it's like I'm not really congested. Maybe a little bit here and there. I have a periodic cough, but I'm just like lethargic. I feel worn out. So I've been sleeping a ton. Should probably kill the volume on this. So yeah, so I just been like I said, just wiped out. After we got back here today, I like went right back to sleep. But so listen to this one. So when I fell, so I didn't. So when we were in this driveway, and the driveway was a stone driveway. It was all ice, and like when Steve went to get out, I mean, he went straight down. I mean, all the way down. And when I went to step out afterwards, when my neighbor had showed up, uh, I stepped out and my feet went out, and I like did that, and I hammered my elbow. I had a goose egg for a little while on my elbow. It's not as sore as it was, and the goose egg is gone. But yeah, it's not fun. It's not a good time. So Sonia said it's 13 degrees here in Fort Worth. Yeah, that's not fun either. So yeah, so I'm just I'll know tomorrow if I injure myself falling. Well, like I said, my feet slipped, and I actually caught myself with my arms. Actually, I hurt my elbow more than anything else. So, but yeah, it's just not fun. That is absolutely not fun. But anyway, we'll get through the next 3 days, and we're just gonna hunker down and lay low and not try to go out very much if I don't have to, and we're gonna go from there. So. Uh, but yeah, so I'll know tomorrow too with the truck. I'll take a look at that tire tomorrow and see if I do have like a slow leak or something. I'll keep an eye on that. But so far, I just went out like a little while ago here and looked, and it looks fine. So no, it wasn't a funny bone. Nope, no, the funny bone is down on the tip, and I caught it over here on the site over here. So I'm sure I'm going to have a good bruise. I will almost guarantee I'll probably have a good bruise there. It's warmer in Green Bay, Wisconsin than it is here. Wow. Yeah, that's. I know this is a weird storm. Very weird storm. I do not have an air compressor down. I have one. Okay, so I do have an air compressor, JJ, but it's in New York, and so that wasn't. And I haven't brought that down here yet. So, but yeah, I do have an air compressor, but of course it's in New York, and that's not really doing me much good. Uh, it's not doing me much good here. So I was trying with all the trips back and forth this year. I'm trying to bring down what I needed immediately that I felt was important, and that was one of the things that just kind of never got loaded up and brought down. So, but oh, so I have good news. Heather passed her driver's test, so she is now a licensed driver. So good for her. Becky's been working with her for the last 3 months pretty hard, getting her out there driving every day, making her, drive on the highway, doing K turns, doing 3-point turns, all those type, or parallel parking. Sorry, 3-point turn, parallel parking, all that stuff. So she did all that today, and she did pass her test. So I'm happy for her. The next step, so because I know everybody keeps asking, well, the white car, the white car, the white car. So what we're going to be doing, the next step is to get the white car down to a garage, get it inspected, get all that figured out. It's registered, and I have the plates for the car, and I've been paying insurance for a car that sits there. So it's actually, believe it or not, in New York State, if you have multiple cars, your car insurance is actually cheaper. It is if you have one car on the road. So it really didn't make any difference, as far as that goes. But so if we get that car down to a shop, which you're going to get done, and we should be driving down to you anytime soon. Probably not, JJ. I wouldn't want her to make that kind of a trip because that's pretty much all highway, and she's not really super comfortable yet, doing that. Add start in New York to West Virginia list so you have it on your next trip, whatever that may be. Yeah, there's definitely some things, excuse me, that I wanted to get from New York down here. I was obviously focused a lot of freeze dried food. I still have more freeze dried food back in New York. So I've I had one trip. The entire back bed of the truck was 5 gallon buckets and freeze dried food. So it's I just do trying to do what I can do on each trip and trying to utilize as much space, and then getting down here and figuring out where I'm going to put everything. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So uh yeah, it's she's been driving in inclement weather up there already. With it raining and snowing and stuff like that. Now they're supposed to tonight up in New York. It's supposed to be ice. Excuse me. It's supposed to be icy, and so we'll see where that's at in the morning. I already told her. I said, listen, if it's icy up there in the morning, don't go to work. I mean, they're already closing schools up there and all that type of stuff already. So, just in anticipation that it's going to be bad, and they're all getting ready for going on Christmas break anyway. So it's not like they're all doing anything. But you might want to have multiple of some things so you can have them at both locations. That's already been happening. I like some of the tools that I have down here. I've picked up since I've been down here that I have in New York, but I didn't have them down here, and at the time I needed them down here. So like I said, it's going to be now that there's no rush to get everything out of New York, it's going to be a slow process. You know, close the schools around Waterloo, New York. Okay, so but yeah, it's just like I said, it's one of those things. What are you going to do? We have to deal with it. What do we got? 316 in the chat. We got 102 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. I appreciate that ahead of time, and thank you. Also, it makes a real big difference with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, it's going to be better for the channel as well. Uh, Also, again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure. Uh, I heard that New York lawmakers voted themselves in a big race. Wouldn't surprise me, Dale from Ohio. They're always good for that. All politicians are good for that. But Yes. So, again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, there are a couple things I do want to talk about too. We're going to talk more about the weather and how it's affecting people. Now, this is going to be nasty. When you're talking well, let's talk this real quick first. When you're talking sub-zero temperatures outside, a lot of people don't realize how quickly frostbite will set in. And let's think about on animals, okay? Your dogs, their paws, their nose is always wet. So if you have sub-zero temperatures out there, uh, you really, really need to be careful, with your animals. I know that like with when I was living in New York, obviously, and it's wintertime, when it's really cold, I would have them out for 5 or 10 minutes at the most, and then they would be back in. It's like get out there long enough to go to the toilet, do your business, and then get them back in. So it's just like with Hella. I mean, she's here, she's going to be hanging out with me, and so that's pretty much it with that. But supposed to have a low of 0 tonight. Yeah, that's it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. So like I said, I just to me it's just do what you got to do, be as safe as you can. If you don't have to travel, don't travel, don't go anywhere. Nothing is worth your life. Like I basically after what we just dealt with today, I said to Steve, I said, listen, man, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but the next time it's icy out there, I am not taking you into work. Not going to happen. So, and actually, he called his boss and told her what was going on, and she was real cool about the whole thing. So that was cool. But yeah, it that one stretch of the road, and they've told me I've already heard they say when we get snow, we get a big snow down here, that area up there gets buried. They get buried in. So, did you and Steve get the wood stove installed? No, I'm Karen. No, we didn't get the wood stove installed for a couple reasons actually. Right now, there's not really enough room in the blue house. We would have to move a lot of things. Yeah, I learned a valuable lesson today. Absolutely. Yeah, I did. But what about the thousands stranded on the highways already? And again, that does that surprise me? No, because people don't listen. They don't plan ahead. I mean, like, how would I gonna like today? I was gonna take him to work, drop him off, and come back home. I mean, it was gonna be a normal type of thing. You don't expect to run into issues, but sometimes issues happen. You know, but -25 with the wind chill tonight. That part of West Virginia is getting a lot of ice during winter storms. Yeah, yep. So yeah, it's not gonna be a whole lot of fun. Make sure you have enough fuel for one return trip back to New York. Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, that's I always keep my gas tank full. If I get down to a half a tank, I'm topping it off. And right now it's full. I just filled it up the other day. So yeah, I had gone the other day and got a couple propane tanks filled and you know, gassed up the truck and just trying to, like I said, just trying to be as ready as I can be. But yeah, so, but anyhow, I was going to talk to you about this. JJ actually sent me this info, and he was saying that every ship in Russia's navy was out to sea. Every ship that was able to be out to sea was now out to sea. That's something to watch because why? Why would they be doing that? Why would they have all the ships away from port? Um, you know, China continues to play games with Taiwan. That's been going on for a while as well. All bad weather requires French toast. That's why bread, milk, and eggs are bought. Well, there you go. But it's confirmed through the U.S. Air Force. Okay, JJ, thank you. Yeah, so I mean, that's, you know, things can happen. Uh, things can happen in a heartbeat. Life can change in a heartbeat. Okay, so Steve fell today. I fell today, right on the ice. It just takes landing wrong one time, and now you're laid up for months because of a broken bone or a fracture, hip fracture or whatever the case may be. It can, things can change in a hurry. So, with when you have a bunch of people around the world that want to play games, when you have, and they want to play games, that's not a good thing. That when you have unstable people, I guess is the right word too. So, but will Steve be warm enough? No, yeah, he's going to be fine. What he has, no, he hasn't. Excuse me, he hasn't slept in the trailer at all. He snores way too loud. When we went and saw Aerosmith, you know, uh, we shared a room, and man, that dude snores. So no, no, he has a propane heater. He has a Mr. Buddy propane heater, and he's got a couple of I gave him a couple tanks to have down there, so he's been rotating them out. And so yeah, it's what we're gonna probably do tomorrow, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, bring your plugs exactly. To be on the safe side, he has one empty tank right now. I just before I started this live stream, I switched out a tank, so I have one empty tank. So we're probably going to go out tomorrow, go top off those propane tanks, just because tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday is going to be bad, and I don't want to get caught with no, if I'm going to burn it at a faster rate than I normally would. So, do you have the trailer tied down? No, nope, trailer's not tied down. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna get through this, and we've had some pretty good wins down here since I've been down here, and so I think we're pretty safe that way. Didn't I have enough fun today? Yeah. Well, like I said, if we head out tomorrow, it's not going to be till the afternoon. So I'm going to make sure that the roads are good. Hopefully, I'm gonna check things out first with listening to what the neighbors are saying before we leave. If I had done that this morning, people were saying it's really slippery out there. Elbow's good. It's actually I hit it like right here in this spot here, not on the funny bone. I hit it right here, and this had swollen up. I had a big old lump um, there. So, but and I came home and went to sleep, but I trying to go to sleep and just went to sleep, woke up and it felt better and the swelling was gone. So, but yeah. Now here's the thing: is now I know I snore as well, so I'm not just trying to say that just Steve snores. I snore just but not as bad as him. He snores really bad. So my ex used to tell me all the time. She goes, "You once you're out, you start snoring." Uh, so especially if I'm sick. Hey Pam, Walmart and Target cancel millions of dollars of orders as empty the shelves already are. Very odd thoughts. Um, I had not heard that. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the question. Yeah, thoughts are. You want my thoughts? I think we're headed for a really, really bad recession. I mean, that's going to make the 1920s stock market crash look like a picnic. I think we're going to be in for a lot of problems, and I think things are going to get worse. I think you're going to. Wouldn't shock me to see a financial collapse. Uh, you know, it just like I said, it'll make the Great Depression look like a picnic. Because here's the difference, and this is, believe it or not, a couple different factors between now and the Great Depression, and we're going to talk about them. Okay, one of the things with the Great Depression, people were a lot more self-sufficient. So there was a lot more gardens. People did a lot of their own growing and stuff like that. That's a thing of the past. A lot of people have absolutely no idea how to do any kind of gardening. They don't know how to survive off the land. They don't know how to, get wild edibles, any of those type of things. So They have no clue. So that's one of the major problems. We have a lot more people now than when the Great Depression was happening. The other problem, so that's a huge problem too. So you got a lot more people out there that can cause problems and chaos and stuff like that. The third problem that we have during the Great Depression, the woods were hunted so dry so fast that it took 30 years for the animal population to recuperate because of that. If we hit a Great Depression now, all right, so all the people out there, guys, and I want you to think about this. How many people do you know that have said, well, if things go sideways, I'll just go in the woods and I'll hunt and I can survive because I know how to hunt and trap and blah, blah, blah. Well, when you have every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there plinking away in the woods, killing everything that's moving, how long do you think it'll be before there's nothing in those woods? It'll be really quickly, and there won't be anything to hunt because it'll all be gone. It'll all be dead. And so that's what people really don't understand. They just don't understand it. They don't think about those type of things. So when I have said before, in a true SHTF event, we will be growers and gatherers. We will not be hunters because there won't be anything to hunt. That should be real concerning for a lot of people, and I don't think people get it. Okay, people are living in a fantasy for sure. Yeah, and the thing is too, for the people out there, that go, I can't wait for SHTF to happen. You got to be out of your mind. So unless you have 10 to 15 years of food stockpiled, right? All kinds of, thousands of gallons of propane stockpiled, thousands of gallons of gas stockpiled, a fortress built, those type of things, you know, it's not going to be some fantasy thing that you think it is. Hey, Karen, I'm traveling from North Carolina to Alabama next week and have my car prepped up, even taking some spring summer clothes in case the phone goes up while I'm gone and I can't get home. Also, I would suggest, Karen, being in North Carolina, which is a gun friendly state, make sure you have a means of protection with you when you travel. I will tell you this right now, whenever I travel, I always travel armed. There's not one time that I do not have some way to protect myself when I travel, just because of the society and the world we live in today. So I would absolutely recommend that when you're traveling, make sure you have a ways to protect yourself. Okay, so that's. But thank you very much for the donation as well. And yeah, she says always Taurus judge. There you go. Good, good. Because we live in a society that you just don't know. You just don't know. But again, so anybody that's hoping for an SHTF event is truly, and I believe, out of their mind, because it's not going to be some wonderful fantasy great thing that people think that it's going to be, or they have this perception in their mind. It's going to suck, and it's not going to be fun. Why do you think there's so many people? And I've had so many people say, "Oh, well, I hope I die quickly in an SHTF event." Now, I'm going to tell you what. To me, the will to live is so strong that even those people that say that, that's not reality. That's not reality. The reality is, yeah, some people will decide that they're going to check out and they're going to off themselves. Guaranteed that will happen. So, can you skirt your camper will help? Yeah, I was going to do it, Miss Hell. I was planning on skirting the camper here, and then I didn't. Like I said, then all of a sudden I got sick. And but the good news is, like I said, we got 3 days of crappy weather, and I get it, and I'm going to deal with it, and I'm going to stay in here, and I'm going to keep the heat on and do that. Okay. Um, then we're going to have some warmer weather after that. Hopefully, I'll be feeling better by that point, and I do plan on skirting the camper because I know that January and February should be quite interesting. And so, with getting the camper skirted, it will help me save money that way. So I do plan on doing it. It's just that, like I said, I have not felt well. And the other day it was like 45 and sunny. So does your gray tank have any water? No, no. Guys, I'm gonna tell you what. I have not used. I have no water in the gray water tank. I have no water in the freshwater tank. I never put any in them. Uh, I did that because all year, all summer long, and stuff like that, I just washed outside. What I do now, I will actually. I'll show. I'll take this. I'll put water in it. I heat it up in the microwave. Like just before the stream, I shave my head and I shave my face. And so if I put water in there and I heat it up for 6 minutes in the microwave, believe me, that's nice and warm. And I can go into the bathroom and I just strip down and I'll wash up real quick. And that's it's not a nice toasty warm shower, but it does the trick. Do you have any plans for Christmas dinner? Steve had asked me about that. Steve had said, yeah, horse bath, JJ. It's what we call it. But Steve had asked me. He said, "You want to do something for Christmas?" And I go, "What do you want to do?" He said, "I don't know." He goes, "Maybe we'll get a ham or something and throw it in, the stove and cook it up and have that." I'm like, "I don't care. Don't matter to me. It's just another day." My family's all going to be back in New York. My kids are going to be back in New York. Um, it is, it's going to be weird to be my first Christmas away from the kids. Even though Eddie's been living with mom for a few years now, and so yeah, that part's going to be weird. So, but they're adults and they're doing their thing, and but when they were little, it was so important for me to make sure, we did the Christmas tree right up until they were 13, and then we moved into the new house up in the property in New York, and it was like no room for a tree, so we didn't do a tree after that. But it was always important that they enjoyed Christmas and got to come down and under the tree and the presents and stuff when they were little. That's I thought that was always an important thing. So, but yeah, yeah, it's like Josh will be 27 in January. I can't believe that. The twins are now 21. I'm like, man, where is that time gone? Really, like I said, really happy for Heather with getting her, passing her road test. So now she has her driver's license. And I know Becky's motive. Here's the facts of the motive. Now, Becky was really good and worked with Heather and all that, but Becky has an ulterior motive. And the ulterior motive is as we get into January and February, if we don't get her car on the road, in between there. So hopefully she gets her. We're going to get her car road drivable soon. She's going to go like this. Here's the keys. Go. you know, and that and I get it. If you don't, but she needed to get her license. I mean, she's 21 years old. I mean, it was beyond time, and but hey, Plan Prepper, she said, Merry Christmas, Ed and Hella. Merry Christmas to you. And first of all, yeah, again, everybody, a couple days away from Christmas. I know a lot of people are traveling. Please be safe. Enjoy your Christmas. Spending that time with your families. It's always, to me, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's about family. It really is. And I think that is a good thing. I will definitely be missing Becky's Christmas dinner. I will tell you that. But that's okay. I mean, just not meant to be. I'm not going to be, like I said, I'm not traveling up that way this year. So, but yeah, like I said, it's just wherever you're traveling to, make sure you're being safe. And but who knows? Oh, I got it. Okay, so hold on a second, guys. Let me. I got to show you this one. So at work today, Heather, her boss had boss that she would do her hair. So okay, the Grinch, right? Cindy Yoo-hoo, right, from the Grinch. So Heather said, "All right, I'll do my hair like Cindy Yuhu. Okay, or if I'm saying it right, Cindy Yuhu, I believe. So Heather said, "I'm going to do my hair like that today." So when she did a road test, that's how she had her hair. Okay, so here is there you go. You can see that really good. Heather with her hair like Cindy Yuhu Luhu. Thank you. Yeah, Cindy Luhu. So that's what she did as part of the Christmas festivities today. She did her hair like Cindy Luhu. Yeah. So and then she had forgotten, like I said, when she had told her boss, Heather's 21. She's 21. She told her boss, "Yeah, I'll do my hair like that," forgetting that she had a road test today. So she was taking her road test today with Cindy Luhu hair. So very funny, very funny. So yeah, that's what she did. My sister was 27 when she got her license. Well, some people are just not ready. I don't think Heather was ready. I think she was kind of more timid and more scared, about doing that. Yeah, she got her license in Whoville. Exactly. Honorary member. But yeah, maybe the hair helped her pass. You never know. The guy probably was like, "Oh my God, this is awesome." I mean, think about it. How many people show up to do their road test with their hair like Cindy Luhu? I'm sorry. Uh, I got my license 2.5 years ago. I'm 29. I had to use COVID to get my license since I had no car for the road test. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's yeah, I hope Heather's hair made someone smile today. I'm sure it did. I mean, that's just kind of funny. See, and I got my license. I was so I didn't get my license until Ed. You just mad you don't have the hair to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it's funny. I had somebody ask me, Joe. I had somebody ask me. They said, if you could take a pill and all you, because like I've thinned out through here. Okay, they said if you could take a pill and all your hair would grow back, would you grow your hair back out? And I said, no. And they're like, really? I have been shaving my head for 20 plus years now. 20 years. I mean, my kids never have ever um, seen me with hair. So, like when the kids saw the wedding pictures when I married their mom, they were 5 months old. I actually had hair then, and it was short, but it was still there. And they're like, "Oh my God, look at you, Dad! You had hair." They've just never seen me with hair, and I like it. It's low maintenance, and I've no desire to ever grow. So now Eddie's hair, that's the kind of hair I used to have back in the day. He's got a lot of body in his hair, a lot of natural body, same color brown. Eddie looks a lot like me, a lot like me. I showed Eddie pictures when I was 16, and and him being I think he was like 19 at the time, and I showed him the pictures, and he's like, "Oh my God, Dad, I look so much like you." I'm like, "Yeah, you do." He's got all my dark features, brown eyes, brown hair, uh, black body hair, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, here's the thing: is if you're going to shave your head, and this is important, you have to have the right kind of head to shave your head. Some people's heads, they should not shave their head. Their head is not good for it. So I actually have a good head for shaving. So it's you know, I took my driver's test in a '56 Chevy pickup 3-speed. Nothing wrong with that. So, but yeah, I've been bald for so long now that I have no desire. So, but I got my license. I got my driver's license at 18, and I just didn't care. I mean, and then what happened was Becky, my sister, is 15 months younger than me, and she had got her permit. And I'm like, there's no way she's getting her driver's license before I do. So that's what my motivation was at that point. So I went and took I failed it the first time. So I was going to have surgery. I have a natural overbite, and I had surgery scheduled. So I did the road test, failed the first time. A lot of times back then, they would fail you the first time anyway. They didn't care. It was almost like a standard thing. They fail you the first time. Uh, so rescheduled it. Normally you had to wait a certain amount of time, but I was getting ready to have this surgery that I never ended up having. And then so I took my road test again 2 weeks after the first one, and I passed the second time. So tell me how much better a driver I was the second time. Jeff Bezos is a perfect example of head shaving gone wrong. Yeah, it's just some people just don't have the head for it. They don't. So what do we got? 445 in the chat. We're at 209 on the thumbs up, guys. If you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you very much for doing so again ahead of time. It really does make a big difference with the algorithms. The more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I do appreciate that as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So thank you ahead of time for that as well. But yeah, we got it's going to be an interesting few days here weather-wise. I'm still going to live stream tomorrow too, just so you guys know ahead of time. Anybody that's in here now, if you want to join us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I will definitely be live streaming then, and I will tell you what we're looking at, what we're looking at, temperature-wise at that point tomorrow. I bet it'll be a little bit chilly. I bet it will be chilly, uh, but as a woman, I've shaved my hair off 3 times, one gauge. I love the no maintenance, but men used to ask to rub my head. I used to get hit on. LOL. I was thinking of doing it again in the spring. I hate long hair. It in to each their own. I mean, you know, uh, some like with women with short hair. Some women can pull off short hair, and some women can't. Longer hair that's a lot more work. It's a lot more work. And like I said, I wake up in the morning and my hair is done. It's perfect. Love it. No worries. Uh, yeah, Ryan Hall's amazing. Hope Ryan Hall's a good dude. Really, really amazing. And he gets on there and he'll do those sessions. And when things are really bad, he will stay on there for long periods of time. And he's an amazing guy. I was getting all my preps ready today. 0 degrees and 40-mile-an-hour gust at 6 a.m. Yeah, that's yeah. The wind up there is going to be bad. You know, you know. 41 in upstate New York. Then at about 2 p.m. supposed to flash freeze. Yeah, it's weird. This storm is a weird storm. you know, my hair long almost down to my knees. Wow. Yeah. He's got 37,000 watching. Sharon said, "Wow, that's cool." No, like I said, he's doing good job, and he is really awesome at giving back. He's in a position where he's making a pant load of money, which is good for him. I would never begrudge anybody doing well, but he really does give back, which I think is awesome. A bomb cyclone, they're calling it. Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, Ryan Hall is he's like I said, he's a really that's why he's one of the guys I give a shout out every time I do the shout outs because he deserves it. He really does. He's just a really good guy. So, but yeah, anyway, like I said, I would recommend if over the next couple of days you don't have to go anywhere, uh, stay put. you know. Um, oh, I don't know if you guys saw. What did they just approve another 46 or 48 billion for Ukraine? And we had Zelensky was here in the U.S. How much money have we given them now? It's just, it is just amazing, amazing to me. And I hope we don't give them the Patriot missile system. I hope we don't, because basically we have been warned, obviously. And I'm sorry, can you blame Russia in that situation? Realistically, we've given them 126 billion so far. It's just, it's way too much money. Exactly. JJ says try 467 billion. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Did give them the Patriot missiles. That's not good. That's not good. If we did that, if it's almost like we're asking for it. If we gave them those missiles after, and like I said, you cannot blame Russia for saying no, because what will those weapons be used for? To kill Russians, right? To kill Russians. So if I'm Russia and I'm like, you give them that, it's stupid. It is stupid. It's like they want it to happen. It's like they want it to happen. Joe Biden's claiming they're for defense only. Yeah, sure they will be. How about all the money that's not accounted for? Kit is saying money is lost and unaccounted for too. Exactly. Where's if there's no excuse me, if there's no accountability, if there's no accountability, what are you going to do? See, I hadn't heard that the Patriot deal was done. That's not good. That's not good. You know. So at what point does Russia say, "Okay, you didn't listen to what we said. Now we're going to react, and this is what we're going to do"? Oh, the U.S. is never getting that money back. No, no, not at all, ever. We paid for it. It's our tax dollars, guys. You know, it's our tax dollars going over there. But yet we don't take care of ourselves. Russia won't do anything to us. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't count on that, Joe. I would not count on that. JJ says banks cannot account for some 65 trillion in missing money. They have until January 1st to account for it. Yeah, that's another thing to think about. Pam in Wonderland. Yep, I don't disagree with you on that one. I'm not going to say that out loud because I don't want to be accused of anything, but I do agree with your statement, Pam in Wonderland. So, like I said, things can change in a blink of an eye, and just continue to do what you can do to prepare yourselves um, for what you need to do. Because when that time comes, you know, it's this is you know as a prepper, as somebody who lives off grid, I hope nothing ever happens, honestly, because when it does, and I do believe it's coming. In my heart of hearts, I believe it's a matter of time. There's too many lunatics out there, and somebody's going to do something stupid, and there's going to be a reaction to it, and then it's just going to be all bets will be off. But it's not going to be the fantasy that some people think that it's going to be. It's not. It would be an absolute nightmare, a nightmare. And again, so when I tell you the importance of having a group and having people that you can count on, you know, uh, that can be the difference between life and death. I hear all these people say all kinds of negative things about a group. Okay, oh, they're going to turn on you. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to do the other thing. Okay. Now, hold on one second, guys. Hold on. Beck, I'm right in the middle of a live stream. I'll call you back when I'm done. All right, bye. Um, so I hear all these people say all these negative things, But if you don't take a chance, if you don't take a chance, what are your chances? What are your chances going it on your own? Going it on your own. Oh, we're fine. We're going to be great. We don't have to worry about anybody. We don't have to count on anybody. We got it covered. No, you don't. You can't stay awake 24 hours a day. You can't. And to be safe in a true SHTF event, somebody always has to be awake. Always. Okay? There's no way that if it's you, your wife, a couple of kids, that you can stay up all the time. You can't. There's just no way you can. And again, if you get hurt or you get sick and you're unable to work for a period of time, who picks up that slack? Who picks up the slack when there's nobody there? Nobody. So again, with having a group and having people, and what you have to understand, or I think what you have to understand, we're not talking about Joe average citizen that is a selfish prick that thinks only of themselves and of nobody else, okay? If you have put a group of people together that are like-minded, that have the common interest of, okay, we plan on coming together, we plan on working together for that safety in numbers and all those type of things when the time comes, you have a lot better chance of long-term survival because again, if somebody gets hurt or gets sick, they're going to have time to recover. There's going to be other people there to pick up the slack. You're going to have getting plenty of rest because somebody's always going to be awake. You're going to have a diversified group of people with different skill sets. We got like 3 guys in the group, guys, in my group that are can do carpentry. They claim not to be carpenters, but I'll tell you what, they know their crap and they can handle the business. Okay, so that's huge. We have nurses, we have other people with up skills. So the more diversified your group is in a large size group, it gives you a opportunity to number one, people are given different input, right? So you're able to look at a problem. Here's a problem. Okay, now how are we going to deal with this? Well, if I'm by myself, I have to figure out, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to deal with it. But if I have other people in the group that are going to give me their input and they're going to say, hey, well, wait a minute. If we do it this way, this would be easier. And then I would go, oh my God, I didn't think of that. Great, right? So those are important things, really, really important things. All right. And when there's projects in a post event that you need to get done, many hands make light work. How many people have heard that saying, right? So it makes a big, big difference that way too. I know we're past time for egg count. So we're going to go ahead and do egg count now. How many eggs and yes or no for thick neck today? So, and then we're going to talk about this a little bit more. I'll give you guys a minute to get your guesses in here and we will go from there. So again, shop that thumbs up. Yeah, let's do that too. We got 448 in the chat. We're at 259 on the thumbs up. So if you have not done that, please do so to show support for the channel, and I thank you ahead of time. Also, again, it really does make a huge difference with the algorithms. So I thank you for that reason as well. And also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. A guy from Atlanta. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you, Ed, and folks in the chat. Enjoy this live stream. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate the donation. Very kind of you. And Merry Christmas to you as well. I hope every have a good holiday season, whatever you celebrate. So, all right. If you had the same exact guess is Daniel Fortier with 1 egg and no thick neck, then you are 100% right today. It's like been 0, 1, or 2 is where we've been at lately. So that's where we're at. So Daniel is correct tonight. He was the first one with the right answer. So congratulations, Daniel. You've won absolutely nothing. So yeah, they just not been laying. We did. I think I don't know if I told you guys. I may have. We lost chicken. Heather told me one of the older brown hens died, and so yeah, she had to get rid of that. But that's part of it's what part of the cycle of life. We got some of those brown hens, those older, they're old. So you want bad weather? Yeah, right. Oh my God. But anyway, but again, you know, the pros outweigh the cons in having a group exponentially, exponentially. And again, in my thing is this: if you're putting together the right group of people now, screening out people that you don't want in your group. Hey, Wendy, how you doing tonight, my dear? Um, if you are screening out and making sure you have the right type of people that you want to have in your group, all right, I think that that is really, really important. And so, you find out who can work together, who cannot work together, and those type of things. It's immensely important. So that's to me putting a group together, realizing, okay, this person is not a good fit. And you're not trying to be mean to anybody. And that's not what it's about. If you have to ask somebody to leave, it's for the betterment of everyone. So, if they can't get along, or if there's issues, or there's always problems, you can't have that. You can't. And so hopefully, when the time comes, and I believe, honestly, I believe it's a matter of when, not if, uh, and things go sideways, you have this good group of people that are coming that you can work together with, that's going to have your back and you're going to have their back. And hopefully you have enough supplies in on site, enough things to really get things going. I'm going to tell you what, if SHTF happened right now, are we ready down here in West Virginia? Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot, you know. But give me a year, give me 2 years, and I will guarantee you this place down here will be amazing. It'll be amazing within a 2 year period of time. Now, do I think we have 2 years? I have no idea. Again, I don't ever make those predictions. I'm not going to say much time. But all I know is when you're paying attention to what's being put out on social media, and there's all this talk about what should you do if there is a nuclear attack, that's scary. Hey, Lena, thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Very kind of you, and Merry Christmas to you as well. But so yeah, those things, guys, those things you really got to watch because, like I said, we could be right now. Okay, here we are today. We're doing a nice live stream. We're having a nice conversation, and we're talking about things. You go to bed tonight. You wake up in the morning to complete and utter chaos. The lights are out, no heat. Lights aren't coming back on. If you don't have some kind of communications to figure out what's going on, or some way to find out, emergency broadcast system or whatever. But if there's no power, you're not going to be able to get that. So you're going to have to rely on going out to the neighbors and be like, is your power out? Is your power out? What's going on? It can go sideways that quickly. And I believe when the time comes, I honestly believe it will be that quickly. It'll be one day it's fine, and then all of a sudden, bam, and that'll be it. That'll be it. And everything changes after that. And you better get to where you want to be as quickly as you possibly can at that point in time, because it's going to get ugly really, really quickly at that point. And so, again, if I know I got people coming here that are going to have my back, and they know I'm going to have their back, and that we trust each other and we've built a relationship together, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So, somebody made a really important statement to me, and it was Ronnie. I'll tell you this. We were talking before the last get together. In the month before, in November, we didn't work on the pavilion because it was a sloppy, muddy mess over there. with all the rain that we had had, right? And Ronnie said to me, Ed, listen, man, he goes, not for nothing, but when SHTF happens, he goes, it ain't going to matter if it's raining. It's not going to matter if it's snowing. It's not going to matter if it's hot. It's not going to matter if it's cold. Things are still going to have to be done regardless of what the weather is. And I thought about that and I thought, you know what? He's 100% on it. He's 100% on it. So when we got together here last, they worked on the pavilion, and it was a muddy, sloppy, crappy mess. And Ronnie had on like bib overalls that came up to here because he goes, I knew it was going to be a crap show in there, and it was. And he worked hard, and he really busted his butt over there, and the other people, that worked with him, Danny and then Bruce, they were over there as well, and these guys, they worked their butts off, and it was not fun. It wasn't a good time, you know. And when we get together, Ed, I'm ready. I'm readying a couple of medical supplies next month to you. Oh, okay. I will Zoom you at some point after Christmas. Thanks, John. That'd be awesome. I appreciate that. That would be great. And thank you. Thank you ahead of time. I appreciate that. But again, the weather's not going to be a factor. So the reality was Ronnie was 100% right. So regardless of how cold it is or how crappy it is or whatever the case may be, things still got to get done. And so unfortunately, it seems every weekend that we have gotten together for these get-togethers, we ran into one weekend where it was actually sunny and nice. The rest of the weekends, it was crappy weather. It just the way it worked out. I'm not thinking January or February are going to be the most pleasant months to do what we got to do. But guess what? Things still got to get done. And so when we get together, we're going to continue to work on those things. And, that's what it comes down to. Everything, like I said, everything takes time, but being mentally prepared to deal with what has to be done, I think, is hugely important as well. And, but yeah, things got to, and I honestly don't think that people are ready for that type of thing. They're not ready to go, oh, well, it's muddy and it's wet and it's cold, and I don't really want to do that. Still got to get done, you know, still got to get done. So, we had me and, excuse me, a couple of the other guys were working in the bunker, and that had water and it was muddy a little bit in the beginning until we got that cleaned out. It's what happens. You got to deal with it. So we get it cleaned out, and after that, the first couple of inches is muddy. We scoop it up, get it up out of there, and and then you're back to hard packed clay. So, but these things, like I said, it's there's projects and there's projects. If you keep working at things, before you know it, it's going to be done. The way I look at it like this, okay, the pavilion, right? So hopefully the game plan, and hopefully this works out the way we hope it will. Next month when we get together, we'll get the rest of the holes dug the rest of the way, and then we'll get the post in place and get them set. So then when February comes, hopefully we can start working on the eaves and get ready to put metal roofing on it. So hopefully by March we will have a functioning pavilion that it doesn't matter if it's raining, it doesn't matter what it's doing. We'll have a structure where we can go under, where we can stay, dry, if you will. We'll have the wood stove in there. We'll get that all hooked up and set up in there. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to get it done, you know. And so by the time we get into, June, July, that's going to be the main eating spot. We'll probably end up picking up a couple of picnic tables to get in there and something like that. And we'll get it done. And, we'll have a really cool place where we can cook and we can be out of the weather if it's, raining or whatever the case may be. And that's a cool thing. And that's progress. And it's not like there's going to be not 100 other projects that need to be done over time. So, but woke up to a broken water pipe in the pump house today. Oh, that's not fun. That is not fun. Yeah, I actually, what I have to do here, I have to call. I got to call the well digger and see when he's planning on coming out. Because right now, he probably couldn't get his rig in here without getting stuck. To be honest with you, so that might be something that ends up getting pushed off until January, till the ground is hard enough where he can come in. The link, well, John, if you go to my website, it's preppernurse1.com. That's all you got to know. Preppernurse1.com. So, but oh, we got to do shout outs, guys. Here I am just talking away, and we are at that time. All right, shout out time. Excuse me. Let me get a drink here. And again, let's shoot some thumbs up there if we haven't done that yet. All right, so first we have Icky Can up in Canada. JJ, if you would throw him up there, please, for his link. And thank you ahead of time. We have Angry Prepper down in New York City with Jason. Jason is an awesome guy, so I definitely would recommend you support him as well. You have Alaska Prepper with Rudy, another really good dude. You have Alaska Granny. There is Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance. Two different channels, same guy. Good channel there. A lot of good building that he's doing. You have North Shore Preparedness. There is Corporal's Corner. You have Bjorn Hansen. You have ADK Man up in the Adirondacks. There is Bizariza Jizza, who does the Carrington Chronicles. That's his second story that he's done. Really interesting stuff to go and listen to his channels and chat with what he's doing there. Really cool. You have Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast. Oh, excuse me. A lot of good information with Adam and Dax, so definitely go and check them out as well. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There is Wrangle Star, and that's Cody. Another really good channel, a lot of good information. You have Red Poppy Ranch. There's Survival Lily. You have Kyle's Cabin, which is up in Minnesota, and they've been getting hammered with snow up there already as well. Really good couple, nice young couple up there doing their thing. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband wife team, two different channels. Really good information with them too. They split their time between Michigan and Alaska. You have let's see, Green Greg's. There is Southern Prepper One. You have Gray Man Prepping, St. Bernard Acres with Joe. There is Doug and Stacy, and they have a lot of good information on their channel as well. You have the Nomadic Movement, which is down in Panama. Young couple. Right now, they're up in Connecticut. I think they're opening up a coffee shop up there, if I'm not mistaken. You have the Green Dream Project, which is out in Arizona. So I'm going to go back real quick and about the Nomadic Movement. I want to tell you about that. They have a group of people that they're working with. So they have the one kid down there in Panama right now, keeping the farm going down there, while they're getting the coffee business thing going up in Connecticut. And again, team. Why? Why is that working? Because they're working together. They have common interests. They're trying to help each other out, which I think is really, really important. Not for selfish reasons, because they're friends and they care about each other. And I think that that's awesome. You have Camping with Steve Wallace, who does the stealth camping, which is really, really cool. You have Bush Doctor Survival. There's Monkey Works, Needy Homesteader, another really good channel. You have Boss of the Swamp. He's been around a long, long time. You have Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Real good channel. Diamond is a really, really smart dude, and definitely check him out as well. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. There is City Prepper, Lumina Acres, Suspicious Observer. You have Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist. There is Bushcraft Bear, who is in the Canary Islands of La Palma. There is Mary Greeley News, who gives you all the latest updates of what's going on with the earthquakes, Yellowstone, and all that type of stuff. There is Adapt 2030. You have Malachi's Corner. There is Ice Age Farmer. For the weather, there's only one guy to get your weather from, folks, and that is Ryan Hall, y'all. Ryan Hall's amazing, real good guy. You have Russell Brand. I love Russell Brand. I think he's an awesome thing. He makes you think. All right. I think he's a good dude. He presents the information. He lets you make the decision what you want to do, if you want to believe it or not. But he just gives you the information, and I think that's a really good thing. You have Deep South Homestead. You have The Outsider. There's The Fit Farmer. You have Prep Rebel. Simple Life Reclaimed. Townsend's, The Prepared Mind out in California. There is Pinball Preparedness, who was down in Tennessee. You have East Tennessee Preparedness, The Economic Ninja, and Little House Off Gritty, another couple that is down in Tennessee. A lot of good channels out there, and I'm sure there's plenty that I didn't mention that you guys probably put in the chat, which is fine. Uh, you know, I think we should be supporting each other. I think it's important that we do that. So make sure that you are supporting the people that are out there, and go check them out and tell them, you know, Prepper Nurse One sent you over. All right. So yeah, there's a lot of good information, and like I said, everybody looks at things from a different perspective. Somebody that's in Canada, right, is not going to have the same perspective of somebody that lives in the States. Why is that, right? Let's think about why is that? Because the Canadian news media is feeding them the information that they want. In the United States, the news media here is feeding us what they want us to see, which is not always going to be the same thing that the people in Canada are seeing, or the people in the UK, or the people in Australia, or the people in Sweden. Everybody's being fed what their governments, what the people that are in charge of their countries want them to see. And that's what we need to remember. So it's nice to get other people's perspectives of things. And I think that that's important that we continue to try to do that. Keep an open mind. I mean, I'm going to tell you what, one of my favorites, I love a good debate. If somebody's got a different perspective or a different viewpoint than I do, to be able to have a healthy debate where we can talk about our points without screaming and yelling at each other, and I make my points, they make their points, then that's great. I think that that's a good thing, and I think that's what we should try to do. We should try to be healthy, have good conversations, and guess what, at the end of the conversation, even if nobody has changed their point of view, you can shake hands. Imagine that, right? Shake hands and say, hey, listen, good luck to you. I wish you the best. And you go your way and they go their way. Uh, but that's not how it is in a lot of cases today, unfortunately. It's us and it's them, and they're bad, and we're good, and that's it. And people are so locked into that they can't get out of that bubble. They can't get out of that box. And that's where a lot of manipulation, the problem is with the manipulation that comes in, you know just because I know I'm right. No, I'm kidding. Hey, I am very strongly opinionated, and my views are not going to change. You can debate me to your blue in the face, and I'm going to still have my point of view. Period. But here's the thing. Here's the difference with me and a lot of people. I may not agree with you on your point of view, but I will respect you for having your point of view. Do you understand? See where that difference is? That's what it comes down to. So I think that's what we should all be trying to do. Just be respectful of each other. Because I'm going to tell you what, guys, at the end of the day, when things go sideways, truly go sideways, you're not going to care realistically. Dude that is on the left of you, you're not going to care what race he is. You're not going to care what religion he is. You're not going to care what his political viewpoints are. You're not going to care if he's pro or against abortion. If that individual has your back and is going to help save your life, that's all you care about. Trust me. Trust me on that. It's like when I was in the military, okay? We all wore green. That was our color. We were green. That's it. You know, And so things went sideways, and the enemy's over there. We're all the green guys. We're going to have each other's back, hopefully. Hopefully. Okay. But, and that's what people really, really need to realize. At the end of the day, all the petty, picky, uni, nonsensical crap, it doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. So, but, all right. I'm ranting away here now. Let's do this. We are Legion. We are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge network of people. Where is everybody from tonight? Because we are really truly a big, big family. We have BC, Canada, Franklin County, Ohio. We have Tennessee, Walker, Kentucky Mountain. Nice, very nice, Maryland. Waterloo, New York. Daniel from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Inverness, Florida, with Clyde in the house. Glad to have you here, Clyde. Verone, BC, Canada. Quebec. Oregon in the house. We have East Central Illinois with Lana. Southwest Ohio. We have Michigan, Georgia. Kevin there. Auburn, California. Kingsport, Tennessee. Ontario, Canada with Wendy. Wendy, give me a call after the stream, Wendy. We have beautiful Pennsylvania Wilds. New Jersey's in the house. Campbell, Missouri. Easton, Pennsylvania with the Wild Viking. Mercenburg, Pennsylvania. Leesburg, Georgia with Teresa. West coast of Florida with Kit. Kingsport, Tennessee. Central Illinois. Huntington, West Virginia with Beth. Western New York with Karen. Massachusetts in the house with John. BC, Canada with Emil. Vlad from Montana. Troutman, North Carolina with Troy. Newburgh County, Ohio with Deborah. Leesburg, Georgia. St. Augustine, Florida. Okay, sounds good, Wendy. Belgium is in the house. Very, very nice. Glad to have you here. Charlotte County, Florida. West Central, Ohio. Washington, D.C. with Rashida. I hope I said your name correctly. I may not have. Victoria, Texas is in the house. East Lake, Ohio. New Hampshire's in the house with Brenda. Mangum, Oklahoma. So I said yes. Okay, good. I'm glad. So, but yeah, guys, we are all over the country. We're all over the world. We are truly a huge network of people. We have a lot more power than people think because truly we're the ones that are ready. We prepare for a reason. We do what we got to do. We got Frederick from Bumstead, Florida. Um, you know, we can make such a huge difference in a post event. It's going to be unbelievable. And the biggest contribution truly that we can make in a post event, folks, is teaching people how to survive, teaching them how to help themselves. And I personally feel that it's a responsibility that we have to try to help as many people as we can. Because if we can help people, and here's the thing, and again, I've said this many, many times, and I want you to really listen to this one. The biggest people that we can help in a post event is the children, because it's not the children's fault that their parents were unprepared and unready. Okay. A lot of those parents are not going to be there because they're not going to make it. That's a lot of kids out there that need guidance, they need structure, they need safety. A lot of people will take advantage of children in a post event. Look at how people take advantage of children now. So we can be in a position where we can take these kids in and we can help them. And I'm going to tell you what, I'll give you an example. My group of people that I got a couple guys that are in their 20s. Most of the people in the group are in their 40s and their 50s. Okay. We need to have young blood. We need younger people with the strength and, and those type of things. So where's the best place that you're going to get that? In a post event, there's going to be kids that need people that are going to watch out for them and not sexually or physically abuse them. All right. And I'm going to tell you what, I will guarantee you this. You will not have more loyal folks if those kids know that without you they would have died. So think about that. That's something to think about. All right. Just another food for thought, if you will. But and again, and I'll say this again too. You will end up with people in your group that you never expected to be in your group. All right. That is, we got Judy from Edgewater, Florida. But you will end up with people that you never expected to be in your group. And, people are going to gravitate towards people that are ready, that are prepared, that they're looking for safety. Why? One of the biggest things, and I will tell you this. So I ask anybody that wants to join my group, I ask them, one of the first questions that I always ask them is this: why do you want to be part of a group? And almost without question, the answer generally is safety in numbers, looking for like minded people that have the same thought process that I have. And think about that. We're all looking for that safety in numbers. We're all looking for that protection and people that are going to have our backs that we can trust. So, in that post event, that's what other people are going to be looking for too. And they're going to do what they got to do. So, I would rather have the right kind of people around me in that situation. They know what the rules are. They know where I stand. They know what is not going to be an acceptable thing or not. And we've talked about that. I am not with my group. There will be no raping. There will be no killing for the sake of killing. That's not going to happen. So that's. But I will tell you this again. I have an amazing group of people that are working with me. I'm very, very fortunate in that. But when the time comes and it gets down to dirty, nasty time, uh, we're not going to be that group that does bad things just because we can. So, but Lick Skillet, Alabama, very cool, Thomas. Glad to have you here. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with hailstorm, very nice. So anyway, guys, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, that take your time and come in here and make sure that we have a clean chat and those type of things. It's really, really important to me, and I want you to realize that how much it means to me. Also, I want to thank all of you guys for being here, taking time out of your days to be here. And sorry I did not live stream yesterday. I had nothing yesterday. I had nothing. So I slept a lot today. I will tell you that. I will sleep a lot more tomorrow. So, anyways, please everybody be safe. Okay. Remember, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, folks, we really truly will be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us over race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvax. They use all of these tools to keep us fighting amongst each other. You're bad, I'm good. Look what I did. I went along, I did what I was told. I'm a good person. You're not because you won't comply. It's all nonsense. It means nothing. It means nothing. Okay. When push comes to shove, we better have each other's backs. Period. Also, remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Okay. Last but not least, STD, thing and day, one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, it doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. It's whatever your goals that you have set for yourself. So, first of all, set realistic goals that you can achieve. You set the goal and then set about to making it happen. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. That's it. Nobody else. If you stay positive and stay away from that negativity, you're going to be just fine. All right. Remember that. That's important. Don't listen to negative people telling you what you can't accomplish because they mean nothing. I couldn't tell you how many times through the years I have had people tell me, "You're never going to get that done. That's not going to work. It's not. This isn't going to work. That's not going to work." And my reply is always the same: watch me. And guess what? It gets done. I don't listen to that crap. I'm not listening to somebody tell me what I can't accomplish. It makes me want to accomplish it that much more. So Set those goals. Follow your heart. Do what you need to do to get your stuff done. Okay. A reminder again, I will be live streaming again tomorrow night as well. Okay. I definitely will be doing that. I'm ready, JJ. Send it up, brother. Nice big bowl of chili. I'm down. I'm ready for that. So, anyway, guys, I appreciate you all. Please, please, please be safe. Merry Christmas to everybody. I will probably be saying that tomorrow as well. And probably I will be live streaming on Sunday. So I will definitely be telling everybody Merry Christmas on Sunday as well. If you're traveling again, please be safe. Okay. I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse One out for now.